Now, Ghana is well on its way to becoming an automobile manufacturing hub, not just in West Africa, but possibly the entire continent. Now, before we actually reach that level where we are producing all of our cars, well, we currently are already importing some. Data available shows that about 100,000 vehicles are imported into the country. And 90% of these are usually used cars, while 10% are brand new cars. But how roadworthy are such cars? And also, for the persons who normally drive them, what skills do they have? What kind of training have they undergone to ensure that they handle these vehicles in a safe manner for you and myself? On today's edition of the Auto Showroom, we'll be talking to an official of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, the Dvla, to give us a breakdown when it comes to licensing, not just for the driver, but also licensing for our vehicles. My name is Bobby Osei. Before we get into the conversation, let's bring you our auto trivia for the day. The question we're asking is, how many tests do you need to take to become licensed by the Dvla? We'll bring you the answer shortly. Do stay. So fact of the matter is that there's only one institution in Ghana that is mandated to certify you as a driver or your vehicle to be on the road. If the Dvla, that's the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, has not certified you or your car, it means that you cannot drive any vehicle, and also your car cannot be on the road. So we're here with the Assistant Manager Technical for the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority in the country, Mr. Roland Dokenu, to basically take us through what it takes for the individual first to be certified, and then we'll talk about the certification of the cars that are driven on our roads. You're welcome to the Auto Showroom, Mr. Roland.
Thank you, my brother.
Awesome. I mean, you have a lovely place here.
Thank you.
Nice, nice, nice. Now, for educational purposes, what does it take? Or first of all, the Dvla, how important is it as an institution? And what is its role when it comes to certifying individuals as well as vehicles on our roads?
Okay, as you rightly captured in your intro,
yeah,
Dvla is the only institution that is established by an Act of Parliament.
Okay.
That is the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority Act 1999, okay. Act 569.
Okay.
That established the Dvla with a mandate to promote good driving standards in the country and ensure the use of roadworthy vehicles on the road and other public places.
Okay.
And so, by the Act, Dvla is to provide the regulated framework for an enhanced and more effective administration of drivers and vehicles in the country.
Okay.
And so among the functions of the Dvla is to establish standards and methods for the training and testing of driving instructors, drivers of motor vehicles, riders of motorcycles, and then driving examiners.
Okay.
It also has the mandate to issue driver's license. Also designate private garages to undertake vehicle testing and regulate them.
Okay.
And by itself also inspect, test and register vehicles, among other functions. For
the driver, what does it take for someone to qualify to actually, should I say, qualify for a license to drive in Ghana? What does it take?
Okay. First of all, the individual must be 18 years old or above.
Or like me, you know, 18, you know.
Yes, yes, yes.
Great, like awesome.
18 years and above. And the person must be physically fit.
Okay.
And then mentally fit or sound. And not having health challenge that will affect his or her concentration when it comes to driving.
I'm 18 years, Bobby Osei, as I am now. Now I want to get the driver's license. Walk me through the steps.
Okay, so as you have turned 18 years.
Yes, just yesterday.
You are qualified. Yes. You have the privilege to acquire the driver's license.
Yes, sir.
But then you have two options to start with.
Okay.
Go to a driving school first.
Okay.
And have contact hours training for at least 48 hours or 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And come to the DVLA office with that attendance sheet,
Okay.
your national ID, a birth certificate may be required. But if you have Ghana card, your date of birth is already there.
Okay.
The process will begin. The other option is for you to come to the DVLA.
Okay.
You start the process to the stage where your biometric data will be captured into the database of DVLA.
Okay.
And then you are asked to go to the driving school.
So I need to go to the driving school
at all costs.
Okay.
Before you can continue the process to the end.
So what? So I get 48 contact hours with the driving school or 2 weeks. I come with my attendance sheet to the DVLA.
National ID.
National ID.
Age, you are qualified.
Qualified. I do the eye test and the likes. I
Your
make
biometric data is captured.
Yes, I make payments at the bank. How much for regular service?
For regular service, 176 cedis.
That's for the learner's license.
Yes, the learner's license.
And if I make the payments that same day, then I'm scheduled for what?
For the computer-based theory test.
Yes. Okay. Yes. At this stage, I have not been granted a learner's license yet.
You have been granted.
Oh.
Once you have been scheduled, it means you have gone through the process of acquiring the learner's license.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and that has been granted to you. And what it simply means is that go back to your driving school, continue your training. Yeah. But anytime you are behind a steering wheel, there should be a qualified driver by you or a certified driving instructor sitting by you. You can't carry more than one person in your vehicle. And the person shouldn't even be behind you, the person should be by you, because the assumption is that that person who is training you. Okay, so if I come and I get that license, I can't go back home and take my brother and say, okay, I have my learner's license, let's go to the market and buy something. No, the law will catch up with you. Okay. The law will catch up with you. Okay, is that the point where you get the L sign or the... Yes, so when you make the payment, you are given the highway code, which contains the do's and don'ts of the road, and then you are given the learner's plate also to fix in your vehicle. Okay. So that anybody, any other road user who sees you will know that you are a learner. Okay. If a police officer sees you, the police officer knows that you are a learner. Okay. So if you take that plate off and carry others in the vehicle and the police officer catches up with you, then it means you are offending the law. You're in trouble. The law will deal with it. So now I'm scheduled for the computer-based test, which is normally what 3 months thereabout. 2 to 3 months. Okay, so then after that schedule, I go back to my driving school. I continue with my lessons, and then when I'm ready, I come back for that computer-based test. Exactly. Right. So if you are ready and the date is due, you come and sit for the CBT, which is what like it says, computer-based theory test. Yes. So what I sit down behind a computer, answer how many questions? Yes. So if your application is for license B, that's the B category, you are answering 20 questions. But if it is other categories like C, D, and F, then you answer 30 questions. So B a license B is for a normal, it's for normal cars, and then the passenger vehicles from 1 to 15. Okay. Nice one. Great. So then, if I pass the computer-based test, I walk in today, 20 questions, because it's license B. I take the test, should take about how many minutes? That depends on you. Okay. It depends on how fast you answer the question, because there are questions with optional answers. Okay. So if you are able to understand them and click them within 5 minutes, you don't have any problem. But max 30 minutes I should be done. Yes. So if you cross 30 minutes going, then the system will shut down. So I take the test, right now. Do I get the results right there and then? Yes. If you take the test right now, you can get the result. Okay. But we'll have to do what we call uploading of the results into a central server before the result is printed for you. Okay. So while we have a good number of people sitting for the exams, to be uploading one by one delays all others. So all the applicants sit for the test. Then at the end of the day, we do the uploading and print the results.
Okay.
So once you are done with your test, we will inform you that pick your results the next day.
Okay. So now I've done the test. Maybe let's say it's a Thursday. I pass. Then what's the expression? I come the next day to pick the results. Is that it? Do I then get certified to actually walk away with the license?
No. So remember I said at the beginning that the first application was for learner's license.
Okay.
So after the results from the CBT, you now go through practical tests, which comprises road signs test, road markings test, then traffic signals test, and then in-traffic test, which is the driving proper.
Okay.
So, but before you go through that, you have to make payment, which we call second stage payment.
Another payment.
Another payment.
Okay.
So, once you made that payment and with your result in hand, you already know the driver examiner who will take you through the test. So you walk to him and he takes you through the process. If you are successful, then you are granted the driver's license, but you will be given what we call temporal driver's license, which will expire in 3 months.
Okay.
But before the 3 months, your actual card, driver's license, will be printed. Okay. And you receive a text message to come for it.
I think so. Just for an understanding, so the day if I take my computer-based test on a Thursday, and I get a result on a Friday morning, when do I get to take the practical test? Is it the same day?
The same day.
So within 24 hours, I'll take the computer-based test. If I pass, I can also take the practical test like within the same 24 hours. Okay.
Okay. So let me put it this way, if I understand you.
Yeah.
That if you sit for the computer-based test
on a Thursday.
Yes. Just the next day. You should be done to have your driver's license.
Wow.
So I don't know if you can say that's 24 hours from the time of sitting.
Okay, great, awesome. I think it's fair to say that at least we've come a long way in understanding what it would take for any person out there who's looking for a license to actually get a license from the Driving Vehicle Licensing Authority. But what about the cars themselves? I mean, if I import a car into the country, can't I just fill it up with petrol? Now, petrol is a bit high, just fill it up and then drive? Do I need to get the vehicle also license?
Oh, you are right. You brought your own car. Yeah. But remember, every land has a law. Okay. And we have regulations. Okay. And if the transport sector is not regulated, there will be chaos. Okay. And the accident rate will be very high. Okay. And so remember, I said in the mandate of the DVLA, there is that duty to ensure that only roadworthy vehicles are used on the road and on other public places. Okay. Okay. So DVLA has the mandate, and you are obligated to submit your vehicle to DVLA for inspection. Okay, I'm 18, I have my car, so now I want you to walk us through the process through which the car goes, and the car, is taken through for it to be roadworthy. Okay. So if you permit me, I will put the vehicles in use. Okay. That means vehicles registered already. Yes, sir. Together with the ones imported together. Yes, sir. And say, all you have to do is to take them to any of the private garages that DVLA has registered and licensed and is being regulated to undertake such a test. Like this one? Yes, okay. This is SPC Engineering and Transport. Okay. Okay. One of such garages. Okay. So when you arrive, you take, you park your vehicle and there is an on-site bank. Okay. That is Prudential Bank here. So now can we actually take one of our cars to actually go through the process? So you walk us through? Yes, we can. Okay. Yeah, so after the payment is made, then the process begins. Okay. So we can take the car and then I'll walk you through that process. All right, thank you so much. All right. All right, so there you have it. We now have a good understanding of what it takes to actually get your driver's license from the DVLA. But what about your car? When we return, we'll walk you through the process every car has to go through to become roadworthy in Ghana.
City TV is live. On DSTV, go to channel 363. On GoTV, access City TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access City TV on your television. City TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and Star Times box. City TV, it's your world.
So we've walked through the process and basically what it takes for one to acquire a license through the DVLA. Now, Mr. Dokenu, what about the car? How does the car come to be, roadworthy certified?
Yeah, so once the car arrives, as this one has arrived,
yeah,
the driver has already effected payment at the bank for the examination.
Yeah.
So a certified driver examiner,
yeah,
DVLA certified driver examiner, is present, and so he moves in to go and take over the vehicle.
Okay.
And the driver is asked to go and wait patiently at the sitting area.
Okay. Great. Nice one.
So you see, as he's taking over,
yeah,
the data entry clerk is already entering details into the system about the vehicle.
What kind of details?
Yeah, so the owner of the vehicle's name is in there.
Okay.
The registration number of the vehicle is in there.
Okay.
The chassis number of the vehicle is entered.
This will be provided by who?
It's on the VRC, that is the vehicle registration certificate,
so
presented by the driver.
That's before he went to make payments at the bank?
That's what he has used to make the payment, and he has handed it over to the data entry clerk.
Okay.
So he is looking on it to enter that data.
Okay.
So you can see that the color of the vehicle is also entered.
Okay.
The use of it, that's the purpose.
Okay.
The fuel type, the number of cylinders, they are all on that document.
Wow.
Yeah, the number of axles, the tire sizes, the cubic capacity, the horsepower, all that data is entered into the system.
Interesting.
Okay. Now the examination is both visual and equipment based.
Okay.
And we divide the examination into 4 categories. The under bonnet examination, and that is what the officer is doing. He is looking at the engine compartment to see if the battery is well bracketed. That has not been done. He has looked at the brake fluid to see if it's up to the gauge. He's looked at the coolant, that's the water in the radiator. If it's up to, you will watch out for any loose electrical cables or any leakages on the engine. Okay. Now, if all that are intact, you will then close the bonnet. And then he now moves to around the vehicle inspection. To look at the wiper blades, look at the windscreen if there is any crack, look at the window glasses, look at the mud flaps to prevent the tires from throwing mud at on the windscreen of any vehicle driving behind this one. Okay. But you also look at the headlights, the brake light, the reverse light, the traffic indicators, the hazard light. But because of time constraints, the vehicle will be moving and some of the tests will be carried out. Okay. Now, so after all that, they then move into the cabin.
The cabin?
Yes, inside the vehicle to operate the wiper to see if it is working, the horn if it's working, look at the dashboard to see. So right now, as you can see, the front brake is under test, examination here. And once the test is going on, the recording is appearing on the monitor there. Okay. And you will see the colors green, blue.
So this is what is happening now is to test
the front brakes.
Okay.
Because whatever it is, when the vehicle is in motion, it must be brought to a halt.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, it's moving gradually. And at this stage, the handbrake.
Okay.
The handbrake will be examined.
Okay.
And that is also showing on the monitor. And that is how the recording is going into the system. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so it's done with the handbrake.
Okay.
You will now go back.
Oh, okay.
You
We
now
move back
test
again.
the rear brakes.
Okay.
The first one was the handbrake.
Okay.
Remember we started with the front brakes?
Yes.
Then the handbrake, and now the rear brakes. So that is also being tested now.
Okay.
As he moves along, they will continue with around the vehicle
Okay.
examination. So they are looking at the trafficators, the reverse lights,
Okay.
and the rest. At that moment, the side slip examination is also taking place. Side slip and front slip.
Wow.
Yes.
Well,
So
what is this supposed to do?
this is subjecting the front suspension system to test.
Okay.
The ball joints,
Yes.
the lower arms and the upper arms, the steering column, then the tie rods are all being subjected to test. And this is to give you an idea whether if your vehicle runs into a bump or a hole on the road,
Yeah.
whether your wheels will come out.
Okay.
Yes, or your knuckles will break off. Yes.
Wow.
So this is under the vehicle examination.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes. So the front is being examined. When he is done, then you move to the rear.
So these tests are supposed to check the integrity of the infrastructure that's holding the tire together.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
In other words, the chassis of the vehicle is being subjected to test.
Wow. I can see someone under the car as well.
Yes, so it's being combined with a visual inspection
Okay.
to see if the bushings are intact, the exhaust line.
Yeah.
If it is intact, if the rubbers holding the exhaust line are intact, if there is no leakage in the exhaust system,
Okay. Nice.
all that is being inspected.
So we now move to the.
Yeah, so we are now subjecting the rear side, that the suspension, the control arms, the whole chassis.
It feels like the car is being stretched
Yes.
to test its capacity.
So when it gives way here, then you are a lucky chap because you won't be on the road and face any fatality.
Wow. Wow.
But from here, you see that the objectivity of the test is being assured. You have convinced that your vehicle has been examined and it is roadworthy and you can go on the road.
And this test happens how often?
Yes,
For
so
every car?
for the private vehicles, it is carried out once in a year.
Okay.
And for commercial vehicles, twice in a year.
Okay.
So that does not mean January to December. If you register your vehicle in June, this year, we are expecting you to come back next year.
Next June, okay.
Yeah. If it's commercial, you should be back by February.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Great. So is that it? Are we done, or there are more tests to be done?
Yeah. The headlamps
Yes.
will also be subjected to test.
Okay.
Yes. When we get to the other ends, we will look at the intensity of the headlamp.
Okay.
That is the high beam, the low beam, the fog lights.
Okay.
Yes, will all be tested.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is that the final leg of the test for the car?
No. So after that test, we'll now move into the vehicle to look at the seat belts to see if they are working.
Okay.
Okay. We'll operate the wiper to see if it is
It's
working.
also working.
Look at the dashboard to see if there's any signal that airbag is defective or ABS is defective.
Okay.
Then I believe this is electronic. So
Okay.
we operate the windows to see if they are
They're
working.
also working. Okay.
Then we now move to look at the accessories. That is the advanced warning triangles, the spare tire,
Okay.
the jack, first aid box, wheel spanner, to see all those things are in there.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And after you've done those levels of checks, can we then say that, okay, the test for the vehicle's roadworthiness has come to an end?
Yes, we can safely say it has come to an end and we only wait for the result. When the result comes and it points out that anything, something is defective in the vehicle, if we will have to advise you to go and do it after issuing the roadworthiness sticker, the result will tell us.
Okay.
That means you pass, but we will see some defects. But where you have to go and work on it and come back, that one too, the result will tell.
Well, so I guess this brings to more or less an end to the certification for person as well as the vehicle they are driving, unless there's something else we've missed.
No, that is it. That
Okay.
all that we have covered so far is all that a person or a citizen out there needs to come and access service at Dvla, whether it is the application for driver's license or examination of his vehicle for roadworthiness or registration.
Yeah. Mr. Roland Dokenu, Assistant Manager Technical, Dvla. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bobby.
Awesome.
I hope to meet you again.
Certainly, certainly. I'll be bringing my car very soon.
I'll be waiting for you.
All right, so there you have it. The Assistant Manager Technical for the Dvla walking us through the process for the licensing of an individual, as well as the certification in terms of the roadworthiness of a car right here at the Dvla. You're watching the Auto Showroom. We'll be back with more. You're still watching the Auto Showroom, and now time now for us to bring you our auto tip for the day. The tip is that when you get into traffic or at the traffic light, most people will normally either put their gears on park or on drive, but you can shift to neutral. Now the transmission really does not care, and this actually makes life easier for the engine, and also it could save you some gas, or as we say in Ghana, some petrol. Well, time now for us to go for a break. We'll be back with more on the Auto Showroom. Do stay with us. It's been another exciting episode of the Auto Showroom right here. We've learned everything there is to know. Well, most things that there are to know about licensing of a driver, as well as getting your roadworthy for your car. Now, before we wrap up today's episode, let's bring you the answer to our auto trivia for the day. The question we asked is, how many tests do you need to take to get a driver's license in Ghana? And the answer is that you need to take 2 tests, the theoretical test and the practical test. Well, until we see you next week, my name is Dvla. Catch you on another episode of the Auto Showroom.